Good evening, race fans, and welcome back to Next-Gen Diecast for the final group of round 2 here in the first race. Let's introduce the drivers of Group 2. First up, it's number 39, Michael Rotor. Rotor came into round 2 6th in the standings with 14 points and 2 heat wins. Next up, number 57, Junyi. Junyi ended round 1 with 15 points and 2 heat wins and sat 5th in the standings. Then we have the number 80 car, Dan Carcia. Dan Carcia was 3rd in the standings after round 1 with 16 points and 2 heat wins. And then it's the number 94 car, Jay. Jay is 4th in the points coming into round 2 with 15 points and 2 heat wins. Only 2 of these drivers will advance on to the final round. For Heat 1, it's Rotor and Jay in row 1, Junyi and Carcia in row 2. Here we go. The gate drops. We're racing again at Thunder Mountain Speedway. Michael Rotor leading the way going through turn 2. Jay gets loose and spins, and Michael Rotor wins the race and puts down the fastest track time of the season. My goodness, what a start for Michael Rotor. Jay was able to go door to door with Rotor through turn 1, and then Rotor started to pull away as they went down into turn 2. And Michael Rotor had one of the smoothest runs we've seen so far this season through turn 2, and his track time proves it. But also take a look at the battle for 3rd coming out of turn 1. Contact between Carcia and Junyi. Junyi had 2 wheels off the ground, and then Carcia slings it back around right in front of Junyi to finish in 3rd. But the 8.103 track time for Michael Rotor, that is the new fast time of the season. It'll be interesting to see if anyone can put down a 7-second track time. But we'll take a look at the standings after the first heat. Michael Rotor leading the way with 5 points. Jay in 2nd with 3 points. Dan Carcia picked up 2. And Junyi in 4th with 1 point. The drivers are back at the start gate and ready to go for their second heat. It's Jay and Carcia in row 1. Rotor and Junyi in row 2. And they are off again. Carcia with a great start in the outside lane. Here they come through turn 1. Carcia was off the track. He's back on again. Jay's leading the way. It's going to be Jay taking the win, and Carcia sliding across the line ahead of Rotor. Junyi's going to come through in 4th, but I'm not sure exactly what happened to Carcia at the exit of turn 1. Carcia would lead going into turn 1, then he gets sideways after some contact between him and Jay, and he hit a rock. He hit a rock, the one that sits just outside of the track, going down the middle straight. He did end up back on the track, and he still finishes in 2nd, which is remarkable. But that may be one of the biggest collisions we've seen so far this season. And he goes soaring right over the wall. Little pieces of rock flying all over the place. And there has to be a good amount of damage on his front end. We'll see how that affects him moving forward. I'm sure he has a massive headache. I mean, it hurt me just watching it. But after 2 heats, Jay leading the way now with 8 points. Michael Rotor sits in 2nd with 7 points. Dan Carcia 3rd with 5 points. And then Junyi in 4th with 2 points. Junyi's going to need to find a way to get some points here in this 3rd heat if he wants any chance at advancing on to the next round. We are ready to go for Heat 3. Carcia and Junyi in row 1. Jay and Rotor in row 2. Let's see how Carcia handles in Heat 3. Here we go. Great start for Junyi and Carcia. Carcia takes the lead coming out of turn 1. Here they come through 2. Carcia leads, and it's going to be Junyi at the line. Junyi with a last-second pass over Dan Carcia to take the win. What a race. Carcia makes a good pass through turn 1 on the inside. Builds up a little lead, and then Junyi is able to close the gap going through turn 2, and a great run for Junyi off of turn 2. He surprised Carcia. And a big, big win for Junyi here in Heat 3. Let's watch it one more time. Carcia gets slightly loose. Junyi says, I'll go to the inside. Great run. Beats him out by half a car length at the line. And that was a huge 5 points for Junyi. That's going to put him right back into the mix of things after 3 heats. So Michael Rotor and Jay tied with 9 points apiece after Heat 3. Rotor does have the tiebreaker with the faster lap. Dan Carcia sitting in third with 8 points. And then Junyi now just 2 points off the lead. He's got 7 points. And it is time for the final heat. Junyi and Rotor in row 1. Carcia and Jay in row 2. Who's going to advance on to the final round? Side by side going into turn 1. Junyi's going to lead the way out of 1. Here comes Carcia looking to make a move for the lead. Junyi spins and he'll slide across the finish line just ahead of Carcia. Michael Rotor finishes third and Jay in fourth. Junyi had just 2 points after the first 2 heat races, and he comes out of nowhere in heat 3 and 4 and gets back-to-back wins. A terrific job for Junyi. And watch him here coming out of turn 2. I think Carcia might have got into the back of Junyi, and that's what got Junyi loose coming out of turn 2, causing him to spin out. But Junyi was able to hold on and take the win. So after back-to-back wins for Junyi, he is the winner of Group 2 and will be advancing on to the final round. Junyi finishes with 12 points, just 1 point ahead of both Michael Rotor and Dan Carcia. But Michael Rotor did have the tiebreaker over Carcia, and Michael Rotor will be advancing on to the final round with Junyi. And then it was Jay back in fourth, finishing with 10 points. Here are the updated driver standings at the end of round 2. H.J. Hollis still holding on to a nice lead. He's 9 points ahead of both Junyi and Dan Carcia. Those 3 make up the top 3. And then it's Rotor, Jay, Breaker, Carvers, and Noah Gocek to round out the top 8. But there's only 4 drivers advancing on to the final round. Those 4 are H.J. Hollis, Junyi, Michael Rotor, and Jonas Carvers. The updated team standings for round 2. Dom's Tuner Shop has opened up a 15-point lead over VCD 132 Racing, and then Crime Syndicate Racing holding on to their 3rd place spot in the standings. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys back here next week for the final round of Race 1.